Why did one shepherd boy bring down a 9-foot giant and change warfare forever? Picture this. Two armies stand on opposite hills, staring across a valley. Nobody moves. For 40 days, nobody moves. Because on one side stands a monster of a man, nearly 9.5 feet tall, wrapped in bronze armor heavier than a grown man's body weight. His spear tip alone weighs 15 pounds. Every morning he shouts the same challenge. Send me your best fighter. Winner takes all. So why does a teenage shepherd boy, carrying nothing but a sling and 5 stones, end up walking toward him instead of a trained soldier? That's the question we're answering today, and the real answer isn't what most people think. This is around 1000 BC in a valley called Elah in ancient Israel. On one hill, the Philistines. On the other, King Saul's army. The Philistines had iron weapons, the cutting-edge military tech of the time, and leading their charge was Goliath, a champion from Gath described as over 9 feet tall. Even by conservative modern estimates, he towered 2 to 3 feet over the average soldier. Every day for over a month, Goliath repeated his challenge, and every day, Saul's soldiers froze. Imagine being told to fight someone the size of a doorway. Your brain does the math, and the math says run. That standoff tells you something important. Fear isn't just an emotion, it's a strategy. Goliath didn't need to win a fight. He just needed to win the waiting game. It was working. Then a boy named David shows up. He isn't a soldier. He's the youngest of 8 brothers, sent by his father to deliver bread to his brothers in the army. His actual job was watching sheep. No armor, no training, no rank. But when he hears grown warriors shaking in fear over one loud man, something in him doesn't compute. So he starts asking questions, and that curiosity is about to rewrite the battle. David tells Saul he'll fight Goliath himself. Saul offers his own armor and sword. David tries them on, takes a few steps, and takes them off. Too heavy, too unfamiliar. He wasn't being humble, he was being strategic. The right tool isn't the biggest tool, it's the tool you've mastered. David had spent years alone in the hills, defending his flock from lions and wolves, using one weapon, a sling. That sling wasn't a toy. Trained slingers were elite units, capable of hitting a target the size of a human head from over 100 yards, with stones traveling at speeds rivaling a modern bullet. Goliath saw a boy. What actually stood in front of him was a specialist. David picks 5 smooth stones from a stream and walks into the valley. Goliath sees him and laughs, mocking him for carrying sticks. That reaction is the second turning point, because Goliath's confidence, the very thing that made him terrifying, is about to become the reason he loses. Here's what almost nobody talks about. Goliath's size was his greatest weapon, but also his biggest liability. All that armor made him slow. His helmet covered most of his face, but not all of it. A heavy giant expecting a sword fight was never built to react to something fast and small coming from a distance. David wasn't planning to fight fair, because fair was exactly the game Goliath was built to win. As Goliath advances, David runs toward him, loading a stone into his sling mid-stride. He swings it and releases, striking Goliath's exposed forehead with enough force to drop him instantly. The giant who terrified an army for 40 days falls in seconds from a weapon that cost nothing. The moment he falls, everything shifts. The Philistines panic and scatter. The Israelites, frozen for a month, charge forward with total confidence. One outcome flips the psychology of two armies in seconds. That's really what this story has always been about. Not size, not weapons, not even courage as we usually picture it. David won because he refused to play the game Goliath had already mastered. He picked a different range, a different rhythm entirely. Sometimes the advantage isn't fighting harder, it's fighting on terms nobody else thought to use. If stories like this make you see history a little differently, you'll probably enjoy the next one with me.